Students, in this video I am going to discuss solution of Volterra integral equation of the second kind by using successive substitution method. In the previous video we have used successive substitution to solve Fredholm integral equation. Here we are using successive substitution to solve Volterra integral equation. Fine. So theorem is let y of x is equal to f of x plus lambda a to x kxt yt dt be given Volterra integral equation of the second kind. And suppose that the first condition kernel kxt is non-zero, is real and continuous in the rectangle R, for which x varies from a to b, t varies from a to b. That means this rectangle is defined for this range of x and this range of t. Also let kxt is bounded. That means magnitude of kxt is less than equal to some positive constant m in R. Fine. Second condition is f of x is non-zero, real and continuous in the interval I, for which x varies from a to b, and again function f of x is bounded. That means magnitude of f of x is less than equal to n in capital I. So kernel is bounded, function is bounded, f is bounded. Third condition is lambda is constant. Fine. Now then one has a unique continuous solution in I. Equation number 1 is this. So then one has a unique continuous solution in I, and this solution is given by the absolutely and uniformly convergent series. This yx is equal to f of x plus lambda a to x kxt ft dt plus lambda square a to x kxt integral a to t k t to t1 t t1 f t1 dt1 dt and so on. Fine. So this is almost same as the proof which we have proved in a previous video. So almost same proof. So now first rewrite equation number 1 here, this, that means this equation. So we have rewrite this, that means t is replaced by t1. Now in this equation, this is new equation, this is denoted by 2. Now replace x by t, so we get yt is equal to ft plus lambda a to t kt to t1 yt1 dt1. So now we are having yt. Put this value in equation number 1 here in this integral here. So what you will get? You will get this yx is equal to f of x plus lambda a to x kxt. Then in place of this yt we are substituting this part. So ft plus lambda a to t kt to t1 yt1 dt1 and then dt. Simplify this. So is equal to f of x plus lambda a to x kxt ft dt plus lambda into lambda is lambda square a to x, this a to x, then kernel kxt integral a to t, then kernel k t to t1 f y t1 dt1 dt. Fine. Now proceed in this way again. Rewrite this equation here. Just replace t by t2 here, t2 dt2, and then replace x by t1, then replace x by t1 here. So yt1 we will have, then replace this yt1 here. So this is the meaning. So here we will have first t2 and then t. So here we will have yt f of t1 plus lambda a to t1 k t1 to t2 yt2 dt2. Fine. And then dt1 dt2. So we have again substituted yt1 here. So following this way we have expanded this series. Here we have terms up to yt2, yt2, then yt3, then yt4 and so on. This process will go and on and on. So finally proceeding like this we get this y of x is equal to f of x plus lambda a to x k xt y ft dt plus lambda square a to x kxt then integral a to t k t to t1 ft1 dt1 dt plus and so on, plus lambda raised to the power n a to x kxt a to t k t to t1, and then last integral is a t n minus 1 k t n minus 2 to t n minus 1 f of t n minus 1 dt n minus 1 dt1 dt. So this term involves ft. That means this term is basically the generalization of which term? If you will see the last equation, then this term is basically the generalization of this term. This term. Here we have lambda 2, here we have lambda raised to the power n. Here we have 2, here we have 1. So since here we have n, so here we have t n minus 2, t n minus 1, f t n minus 1. Fine. Then if you will see the previous equation, here we have last equation. This involves y2. Here we have ft. Here we have all the terms ft, ft, ft. This is the only term which involves integral and yt. So this is basically the remainder term, and this is in general form is denoted here Rn plus 1, where Rn plus 1 is this lambda n plus 1 a to x k t to t a to t k t to t1 and so on. Last integral is a t n minus 1 k t n minus 1 t n y t n d t n and so on up to dt. This is the remainder term. Fine. Now consider the series. So now we are considering this series. We are not considering this remainder term. So we are considering this. This is equation number 7. This is 6. This is 5th. So in view of assumption 1 and 2, each term of series 7 is continuous because fx is continuous, kernel is continuous, ft is continuous. So ultimately this integral is continuous, and hence all these terms are continuous. So series 7 is also continuous in I, provided it converges uniformly in I. Fine. So now take the general term of this series 7th. So we are taking un x is equal to lambda raised to the power n. Lambda raised, basically we are taking this is as un. This term is un, lambda raised to the power n ax kxt a to t k t to t1 and so on, a t n minus 2 k t n minus 2 t n minus 1 f of t n minus 1. So this will be t n minus 2. This will be t n minus 2. Here will be t n minus 2. Fine. So t n minus 2 k t n minus 2 t n minus 1 f of t n minus 1 d t n minus 1 dt dt1 and so on. Now take the magnitude. Take the magnitude of this. So magnitude of this whole term. So this is so. Now we can take magnitude of individual terms like lambda, magnitude of lambda raised to the power n. Then integral magnitude of kxt. But magnitude of kxt is what? M. So magnitude of kt1 is m. Magnitude of this is m. So how many m's are involving? Total n. So m into m into m. So we get m raised to the power n. Here we have f of t. So just take the magnitude of this. This is nothing but n. So this is n. So lambda raised to the power n, into n, and k into m into m into n times, so m raised to the power n. And after taking these constants, because after taking magnitude we are getting a constant value, so you can take it outside the integral. So ultimately you will have only this integral a to x, a to t, a to t n minus t. This is outside, this is outside. After taking the magnitude we get only dt and d. So we will have only the integral terms like this. We have only this. We have only this term, integral a to x, integral a to t, integral a to t1 and so on. Last is a t n minus 2, then d t n minus 2, d t n minus 1, sorry, 1, then d t n minus 2, and then dt1 dt. So we are having this type of integrals. So we will use this, we will solve this first integral, substitute the limit, so we get tn minus 2 minus a, then integrate this, so we will get square by 2. Fine. And then finally we have to substitute the limit from a to tn minus 3 and so on. So after solving this, and finally we will have this term, because the last integral involves x and a, so x minus a raised to the power n divided by factorial n. Fine. After solving all the integrals, last integral involves x to a, that's why after solving the limits we will get x minus a raised to the power n divided by factorial n. Fine. But we know that what is x? X is laying in between a to b, so the highest value of this will be b minus a raised to the power n divided by n. x की maximum value हम b रख सकते हैं, that's why less than equal to this, and x is replaced by b here. Fine. So series summation of un is convergent for all values of lambda and m b minus a. So 7 series converges absolutely and uniformly, because we are getting a constant here which tends to 0 as n tending to infinite, because here in the previous you have seen that lambda is this. What was the lambda in previous case? We have not written here, but lambda is this. Magnitude of lambda is less than 1 by m into b minus a. Fine. Similarly here we have not written here, but this is so. This lambda is, magnitude of lambda is less than 1 upon m into b minus a. Fine. So this is so that's why this power n tending to infinite will be 0. So this is convergent for all this. So series 7 converges absolutely and uniformly. Thus if equation 1 has continuous solution, then that can be expressed as fifth, equation number 5th, this. Now here, if yx is continuous in I, interval I, then magnitude of yx must have a, if this is continuous then obviously bounded. If function is continuous, then obviously that function will be bounded as per the real analysis. So magnitude of yx is less than equal to a. Now we will find out the maximum value of the remainder rn plus 1x, which is equal to this magnitude. So following the same procedure, we will have lambda raised to the power n plus 1. A is basically y, maximum a. Then m raised to the power n plus 1, because these k, they are how many k's? N plus 1. Then finally solving all these integrals, we will get x minus a raised to the power n plus 1 factorial. This is after simplification. Just again replace the highest value of x, that's why we are having less than equal to here, b minus a raised to the power n this. So this tends to 0 as n tending to infinite, because this is the series, so its value will be 0 and hence remainder term will be 0. So this is the method of direct substitution. Now we are having second method, resolvent kernel method or Nyman series. Because what we have initially we have discussed that we are having three methods. One is successive substitution, another one is successive substitution we have over, then resolvent kernel method or Nyman series. So now we are discussing the resolvent kernel method or Nyman series method. So today we are discussing only resolvent kernel method for Fredholm integral equation of second kind. So this is the resolvent. So this is again a theorem. So for the Fredholm integral equation of second kind is this. Its solution is given by this: ux is equal to f of x plus lambda a to b, resolvent kernel rxt lambda ft dt, where rxt is called resolvent kernel and is given by this summation rxt lambda is equal to summation n from 0 to infinite lambda raised to the power n k n plus 1 xt, where k1 xt is kxt and kn plus 1 xt is a to b kxz kn zt dz. Iterated kernel, this is iterated kernel. So resolvent kernel in terms of iterated kernel is given by this, where kn plus 1 is given by this. Here n varies from 1, 2, 3 and so on. This is equation number 2, this is equation number 1. So now we will prove this. Fine. So initially, because what is our target? Our target is to find out the solution in terms of series. So let us see. Solution of this integral equation u is, suppose ux in terms of series is, say let series is ux is equal to phi naught x plus lambda phi 1x plus lambda 2 phi 2x plus lambda 3 phi 3x and so on, be the solution of one in series form. So this is, suppose we have assumed that this is the solution of this integral equation in terms of series. Here lambdas are involved and unknown function phi naught x, phi 1x, phi, they are involved. So our target is to find out these unknown functions, phi naught x, phi 1x, phi 2x and so on. Fine. So now, since we have assumed this solution, so this will obviously satisfy this equation. So substitute this ux from here in the left hand side as well as in the right hand side here. So we have substituted here. So this is the left hand side is equals to f of x plus lambda a to b kernel kxt and then ut. So just replace x by t in this entire solution. So this is written here, phi naught t plus lambda phi 1 t plus lambda square phi 2 t and so on dt. And now equating the coefficient of like powers of lambda. So for example, here there is no coefficient of lambda, so they can be equate to with each other. So lambda naught x is equal to f of x. Similarly here lambda single power, so we get this integral. So in the left hand side we are getting phi 1x, in the right hand side we are getting a to b kxt phi naught t dt. So that's why. So here we are getting this, equating the coefficients of like powers of lambda. So phi naught x is f of x, phi 1x is a to b kxt phi naught t. But what is phi naught t according to this is ft. So just replace this value ft dt. Similarly phi 2 t in the left hand side, here phi 2t is lambda square coefficient. So phi 2x is equals to here lambda into lambda. So just multiply by lambda square. So this a to b kxt multiply by phi 1t and dt. Fine. So this will be the this. But phi 1t you can evaluate with the help of this. So just replace x by t here. So when you are replacing x by t here, so you are getting t and t. So to avoid this repetition, just replace this t by t1. So replace t by t1 here and then replace x by t. तो पहले हम t को t1 से रिप्लेस करेंगे और फिर x को t से रिप्लेस करेंगे, तब हम वैल्यू को पुट करेंगे. फाइन. सो हियर इज, और या हम जैसे हमने z लिया है तो आप z भी ले सकते हो. सो रिप्लेस दिस x दिस. So just phi 1 t means just replace here t. So this t is replaced by z here, और t1 जैसे t1 भी लिख सकते हैं और z भी लिख सकते हैं, any variable. So here we have used z. So first we have replaced this t by z and then x is replaced by t. So this is the meaning. Fine. So we get this because we are using this one, this expression t z f z dz and then this dt. So dt. So now we are having double integral a to b this kxt then k tz fz and dz dt. Now apply change of order. So just change of order means first dt and then second one dz. Rest of the things are same. Now limits are since constant a to b, so there will be no change. So this is the change of order. Now we are first integrating with respect to dt. So that's why a to b kernel kxt, then kernel k tz dt and then fz dz. But this can be rewritten as, with the help of iterated kernel, this. With the help of iterated kernel, this. Put n is equal to 1. So put n is equal to 1 here, so you will get k2 xt is equal to a to b kxz k1 zt dz, but k1 is nothing but k, so kxz kzt dz. So that's why this can be rewritten as this. Here this integral can be written as k2 xz, because t is the intermediate variable and here we are integrating with respect to dt, so that's why this will be removed. We have only x and z, so this is xz, then fz and dz, single limit a to b. Fine. So now because z is only a variable, so again you can replace this z by t, so replace z by t here, so we get this. So this is your phi 2x. Again similarly phi 3x, same procedure, a to b kxt phi 2t, but phi 2t from here is nothing but phi 2t is nothing but a to b k2t and z fz dz. Just replace t by z, just earlier we have done it. So this will be k2tz fz dz dt. Again apply change of order, and this integral is nothing but the new iterated kernel k3xz. So this integral is k3xz fz dz. Again replace z by t here, so this is the procedure. So following likewise we are, so now we can find out phi 4x, phi 5x and so on. So now substitute these values phi 0, phi 1, phi 2, phi 3 in the assumed solution number 2. So what we get? We get this f of x plus, f of x means phi 0 x, plus lambda phi 1x, because what was the assumed solution? Solution is this. So just replace phi 1x, phi 0x, phi 1x, phi 2x, phi 3x here. So we get this series. This is phi 1x, this is phi 1x, plus lambda square phi 2, which is this, plus lambda 3 phi 3, which is this, so and so on. And then this can be written as f of x plus lambda, you can take lambda common, integral, so integral a to b, then take the common terms kxt plus k2x plus lambda k2xt, this plus from here lambda square k3xt, because lambda we have taken outside this, and then ft, so ft dt, and this is nothing but the resolvent kernel rxt lambda. So what is rxt lambda? Is kxt plus lambda k2xt plus lambda square kx3 x3, in terms of summation is summation n from 0 to infinite lambda n kn plus 1 xt, where k1 xt is kxt and kn plus 1 xt is integral a to b kxz kn zt dz. Fine, because we have already given this k3 k2, so this is written here. So this is the procedure. And now what is the Nyman series of this? So ux is equal to f of x plus lambda a to b, this is resolvent kernel ft dt. What is resolvent kernel? Is summation 0 to lambda, this summation n from 0 to infinite lambda n kn plus 1 xt ft dt. Now interchange this integral and summation here, so we get f of x plus summation n from 0 to infinite lambda n plus 1, because lambda into lambda n plus 1, this will be give you lambda raised to the power n plus 1, integral a to b kn plus 1 xt ft dt. Fine. Now here lambda starts from 0 and power is n plus 1. This can be again adjusted and written as lambda n starts from 1 to infinite lambda raised to the power n. तो हमने 0 की जगह 1 कर दिया और n plus 1 की जगह n कर दिया. Still we are getting same series. So a to b kn, again n plus 1 की जगह n करना पड़ेगा. Fine. kxt ft dt. This is your Nyman series solution. This is also known as Nyman series solution. So this is the Nyman series solution of Fredholm integral equation. Now in the next video we will discuss the Nyman series solution of Volterra integral equation. Fine. So thank you.